Imagine this, your organization's leader steps down tomorrow. So what happens next? Chaos, a seamless transition, but that's the power of succession planning. So even leaders like Trinidad and Tobago's Prime Minister, Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley, who actually recently hinted that this might be his swan song, reminds us of why succession planning is absolutely crucial. Not just for politics, but for like every organization you could think of. As long as there's a leader at the head of it, you need to be thinking about who's going to be coming next after your current leader is no longer here. So let's start with the positives. Succession planning ensures continuity. It identifies and grooms future leaders, keeps long-term strategies intact, and boosts confidence amongst stakeholders. Plus, it reduces risks when transitions happen. But it's not a perfect plan, so to speak. It can spark resistance. It can exclude hidden talent that you didn't know was there before, or it can literally get tangled in politics. That sounds pretty familiar given all of the elections that are happening right now or are scheduled to happen in 2025. And yes, it takes time, it takes effort, it takes resources, it takes a lot of money as well, particularly if you have a robust pipeline. If you think of all the C-suite out there, people do have their niche industries, but there's a lot of people who can lead an organization. It's just a matter of investing into the process and having a good sized budget to be able to lure them to your organization, so to speak. A good example of this is the incoming head of WASA in Trinidad and Tobago, who does have previous experience leading an organization of this nature, and he has been tapped as the best fit to replace the previous one who left. So let's talk about procurement, actually, which is a critical function in any organization. So this is where succession planning is that much more vital to the process. So something like procurement requires very deep expertise, knowing regulations, managing supplier and vendor relations, and especially ensuring compliance. So if you're going to be losing a leader, a very key leader, without a plan, well, that's just simply a recipe for disaster. And you should be asking those powers that be that make decisions, what gives? And what is your plan? So a strong plan means knowledge is transferred, relationships with suppliers and vendors are preserved, and strategic goals don't skip a beat. These are crucial things that need to go into procurements, and we need to demonstrate to the market that we do have a plan, and it helps us to explain what our plan is. And we do that by explaining all of our vision, our mission, our objectives, our key outcomes, all of these things that are worked on collaboratively, but it's that key leadership, like right up at the top, that has a real say in how these things get finalized and communicated to the wider market. So without a strong plan, transitions bring inefficiencies, delays, and particularly lost opportunities. And what does that translate into? Money. So money is key here. Preserving the money, growing the money, not bleeding money, that is something that you're going to want to avoid at all costs. So the challenges, though, with succession planning and procurement, it's evolving skill requirements, a resistance to change, and the pressure on new leaders to deliver results immediately. So if you're trying to turn this around quickly and you've got a new leader coming in, every new leader is going to want to put the brakes on a little bit and be like, yeah, no, I need to be able to just get my feet wet here and take a look at things, and I might have some changes. So how's that going to affect your procurement? Is it going to be a minimal transition with a short delay, or is it just going to derail everything right off of its tracks? But even still, even with transition, a solid succession plan ensures resilience and stability. So, whether it's politics or procurement, succession planning cannot be seen as just simply a safety net. It is an actual roadmap to the future. So, are you ready to build yours? And if you're not ready, you really need to get on that bandwagon because the train's about to leave the station and you never know what you're going to encounter on your upcoming journey.